This is huge. So in the last 24 hours, investigative journalist Ross Coverup released 2 videos that talk about the potential for disclosure about the UFO UAP phenomenon. Now, normally this has been in the cultural zeitgeist for 80 years, but in an interview with Gary Nolan, who is a Nobel Prize nominee Stanford professor at the Stanford Medical School, who's one of the foremost experts in the world in immunology, has come out and said that there were whistleblowers who were on the verge of disclosing information they had on this phenomenon.
You say the government's been involved in a cover-up. Do you think they've been concealing?
Oh, yes.
It's an amazing allegation.
I know it for a fact. I mean, I just know that.
Why do you know that?
Because I've spoken to the people who are about to come out and whistleblow on it.
Wow. So you know what's coming?
Yeah.
So there has been a cover-up?
Yeah. And there's been an active cover-up. I mean, just look at what the Department of Defense announced last week. They announced an office to study the phenomenon. Money put aside. They've said we're going to go back to 1947.
Which is incredible. That's the date of Roswell.
Yeah, 1947. We want a list of every operation that you've done to disinform and misinform.
Now, this isn't entirely new. We have data, video data from the USS Nimitz and other military cockpit videos. Now, they might look grainy to the casual observer, but for folks who've spent any time in the military, when you're looking through video that's highly sophisticated, FLIR, and you detect this sort of data on a variety of different tracking sensors, there's a real there. And in one segment of the video, Coverup asks the question of Gary Nolan, why has the government kept this quiet for 80 years? Here's his answer.
Why do you think the US government's lied?
I think it's because, frankly, they didn't understand what it was, and nobody wanted to admit that, first of all. But second, they didn't want to admit that they didn't have control over our airspace. We didn't have control over our own airspace.
And to add to that explanation, let me add another. In the course of keeping this thing secret, more likely in the earlier years, the government has likely literally killed people to keep this thing quiet. So in the course of going through the volumes of disinformation campaigns and operations that were created by the military and intelligence agencies to keep this secret, they probably had to do some things that were a little disturbing. So coming out and figuring out how to go about disclosing such information is going to be a little bit tricky, to say the least. So I definitely look forward to learning more about this phenomena, but I think while we're not fully there yet, I think it's highly likely that the cat is out of the bag for once and for all. So I look forward to watching things develop, and hopefully we're going to find out on an official basis that we're not alone, we've never been alone, and we're going to have to adjust to the reality that we're not the dominant species in the universe. I think that would be obvious from basic mathematics, but the government's disinformation campaign has been so effective over the last 80 years that people still think it's silly to this day. So I'm looking forward to more developments, and thanks Ross Coverup for his excellent journalism. And for those who know me, that is the highest form of praise, given the regard that I hold most journalists in. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to making many more videos. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify, and tell me what you think about this development in the comments below. I really cherish having you as a viewer, and let's continue watching this story as it develops. Have a great day. Thank you.